Yeah, shame-free life.
Hey, shalom, shame-free life family. Hope you're doing well. Listen, I want to jump into this very quickly. Hopefully I won't be before you long as it relates to Morant. There's a lot of rhetoric, a lot of talk and dialogue, water cooler conversations, the talking heads on social media and or the sports venues that's chiming in on Morant. Many are joking about it. Many are clowning him. Many are calling him stupid and just dumb. Well, I just want to give you a quick take on this from a different vantage point as we begin to unpack it. Then I'm out. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the Shame-Free Life family and share the contents with someone else if it's of great benefit to you. Don't keep it to yourself. Let's get right into it. Morant. If you don't know who Morant is, I invite you to go to YouTube and check out his highlight reels. He is an amazing basketball player. He's on a trajectory to become a superstar. Very skillful. Right now, his net worth is $200 million. He's only 22 years old. And he just signed a shoe deal with Nike. Now, with that being said, it seems that Morant is always around trouble. And the latest fiasco, here is Morant. He's in a club. His homeboys behind him. There's some females off to the side. You know, they're rapping. I don't know. Somebody say they were shooting the video. I don't know. But, you know, he pulls out a weapon, brandishing his weapon, which seems to be a common theme as it relates to hip hop videos now. It's a symbol of power. It's a symbol of authority. Though we think, but it's really not. It should be symbolic of home security and protection, but not power. But this kind of behavior is rooted in this country because it was by the gun that this country was hijacked from the indigenous people of America. And we see that by the gun, war starts and ends. So this has been a staple signature of power since the first war on this planet. Now, that doesn't excuse Morant's behavior. Is Morant reckless? Yes. Delinquent? Yes. Was that a smart thing that he did in the club? No, it was downright stupid. But how many of us at 22 years old were acting out delinquency and immaturity and making foolish, unwise decisions? I'll sit back and I'll wait. Now, if you are the 1.1% or fraction of a 1% of the population that at 22 years old, you never made any foolish decisions. You never made any lawless or reckless decisions or choices, and that you always conducted yourself in a mature fashion all day, every day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, then I salute you, because you are not the norm. But for many of us, it didn't stop at 22, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 and up, that are still making foolish and unwise, reckless, lawless decisions and choices. Now, that doesn't excuse Morant's behavior, but it begins to show us now we can take off our self-righteous glasses and put on some real glasses so that we can not only see him, but see ourselves. A teachable moment. Morant. You know, there are many people, especially in our community as black people. You know, I'm seeing a lot of sports figures, AJ Brown on his podcast and some others. They're sitting back and laughing, clowning Morant. Oh, he not about that life. He not about them streets. Man, play some ball, man. You stupid. When we're supposed to surround young people like him and serve as a voice of a reason, by way of the mistakes that we have made in our lives, and being very vulnerable and transparent, not judgmental, but offering constructive criticism. Because I see something in you that is so great. And it's not just your skill set of being a baller, but of being a prominent young man in your community. That you can be the husband that some young lady is waiting for to marry. Now we have to now unpack some things in your life that's robbing you of a sense of identity. And that's what this whole thing is about. I believe the root cause is lack of identity. He's identified Ja Morant as being a baller, the crossover, the dunk. I mean, his skill set is off the chain. That's not his identity. That is a functionality of Ja Morant. That's not his identity. His identity is not the shoe deal that he has with the signature sneaker. Everybody can wear sneakers like LeBron and etc. But that's not his identity. That is only a fruit from the root of Ja Morant. Ja Morant serves as only a microcosm of what's going on in the community, of young men and even older men who do not know who they are. And so we forfeit who we are to become something that we're not, knowing that it's going to cost us, or unbeknownst to us, it will cost us more than we're willing to pay on down the line. And there have been many instances of basketball players, football players, athletes, entertainers, of not knowing or discovering who they truly are. And so they become this fictitious person, someone that they're not, and it leads them to an early grave. It leads them to a prison term. It leads them to drug addiction or just insanity. So when I look at Ja Morant, I don't see this like the normal person would see this. This is only a small problem in a cesspool of many individuals that are Ja Morant like. And what the sad part about it is, when we see older men, I mean from 30 up to their 50s, laughing, joking, clowning him, when we should surround him. Hey, listen, I know where this lifestyle is going to lead you. And I refuse to go to another funeral. Hey, young man, I see where this lifestyle is leading you. Right now, you're on the cusp of generational wealth, not only to solidify the transgenerational wealth in your family, but you can be a blessing in the community. There are young people that are looking up to you and want to be just like you. And so when they see you pulling out, a hammer in the midst of a so-called rap video in a club setting, and they seeing their favorite rap stars doing the same, now this is a culture that I've got to adapt to. And especially when you're not from that life, you don't know anything about throwing up sets. You don't know anything about, having a flag. You don't know anything about representing your gang, your being gang affiliated. You don't know anything about selling drugs, but you're becoming that. The question is why? Why? There's a passage in the scripture when Yeshua, he made it very known why the devil was coming to take out mankind, whether you man or woman. He says that the enemy, the devil, comes with three things on his mind. He comes to steal, kill, and destroy. Now that's really amazing. And as we apply this teachable moment to Ja Morant, if we don't know who we are as far as our identity, then we leave ourselves as prey for an open enemy to come and steal your identity. Thus, he will kill your reputation, as they are killing, the media's killing Ja's reputation right now in heavy rotation. But the end game is to destroy your purpose, steal your identity. Therefore, I can kill your reputation, because now you're becoming something that you're not. And by you slipping into this role that is not you, because you don't know the real you, or you don't like the real you, or the real you is not good enough, I can kill your reputation. Let's play swap. I'll give you a role, you give me your identity, or I just take it. Now I can destroy your future, destroy your purpose. And that's with all of us. So, I just want to jump on, and speaking about the Ja Morant situation, that I see it very differently. And it's got to be something different than a OMG moment for us. Oh, he's so stupid. That's so dumb. I wish we can trade places. Man, you're making us look bad. Making us look bad before who? Who is more important than Ja Morant and the one that made Ja Morant? And we get so enamored with the bag that people have, as opposed to the purpose that they possess. And many of them don't even know it. And finally, I say this. If we don't have people that surround us to serve as checks and balances, to keep us in check, there is no company on the face of this planet that will ever thrive. I'm talking about a Fortune 500 company now, that will thrive without having a board of directors and an advisory board to serve as clarity, navigation, and direction, to serve as accountability. But in Ja's account, as so many young people, and even people our age, if we can keep it a buck, how many people are in Ja's life that can hold him accountable to a higher standard, because they're not there just for the joy ride, for the scenic view? Beware of friends that are around you, so-called friends that are on board with you, that are riding with you. You think they ride or die, but they're riding with you just for the scenic route. Joy riding. You're going somewhere and they're riding with you. They're popping bottles with you. They're smoking weed with you. They're popping pills with you. They're shopping with you. They're buying cars with you. They may be even in ministry with you. But they don't serve as checks and balances. Hey, you know what? You need to check that. Hey, I've been watching how you've been spending money. I think that's foolish. You know what? The kind of decisions that you're making right now and the choices that you're making, do you think that's wise? Because right now, I see a pitfall and you in it. Those kind of friends. Because if we don't have those kinds of friends around us, then what you actually have, you don't have accountability partners. You have an entourage. Entourages are yes men, yes women. Entourages are there for the scenic route, for the joy ride. Entourages will sit back and let you self-destruct as long as they can get something from you, but not contributing anything that is healthy to you or for you. Entourages versus accountability partners. So I think this Ja Morant, this is a very teachable moment for us to take an inner look, even at our own selves, at our own lives. And he serves as a mirror, and especially our young people that are in the community. that are just like Ja Morant. The only difference is they have a different zip code. The only difference is they're of a different tax bracket than, of course, Ja Morant. But with more money, as they say, more problems, but with more money, it only magnifies and amplifies what's in us. And if what's in us is unhealthy, if what's in us is not healed, then the more money that we make will only magnify the dysfunction that has not been addressed and healed. It will only make matters worse. So until next time, like I always say, that your life, it begins when you say so. Until next time, shalom and blessings. Like, subscribe, share. Until next time.
Yeah, shame-free life, shame-free life, shame-free life, yeah. Shame-free life, shame-free life, shame-free life, shame.